How are your disability inclusion efforts being measured? Are you simply producing outputs such as training sessions, maybe some policies, maybe some talks, but they're not measuring their success? How are you making sure that the disabled people that you are recruiting and interviewing for are having the best experience? And how are you tracking how you're improving that experience over time? I talk to many organizations who do some great work in the disability inclusion space, including running training sessions on specific focus subjects, from overviews for the entire organization to specific work on promotion and retention of disabled staff within business as usual processes. But very few of them are working on how they actually measure what is happening as a result of these sessions. And this is so important because sometimes these same organizations and others say to me, we've been doing this work for years, but we're not actually seeing any benefits. We're making our disability inclusion processes inclusive, but we're not seeing the data appear. And there are many reasons for this. And we're just going to focus on one or two today because we don't want to go on for a long time, but we will do more videos on this. Some of the reasons why people are not seeing a return on these investments in disability inclusion work is because their measurements are falling short. Perhaps they're not doing the work to encourage disabled people to know it's safe to complete a survey and that there won't be any bad results that come out at the end of telling the truth. Perhaps they're not doing the work to help disabled people understand why these surveys are so important. Perhaps they're not asking the right questions. Perhaps they are doing all of the above, but then they're not doing anything with that data afterwards. Another really important thing to think about and to do is measure how your line managers are supporting their disabled employees within the workplace. And one way of doing this is to create KPIs around disability inclusion. So these need to be, rather than woolly or fluffy KPIs, these need to be very specific KPIs around perhaps how many reasonable adjustments have been implemented over a space of time within a team, within a workplace. What kind of adjustments are people asking for, and what kind of adjustments are more popular than others? This kind of data will help you understand what processes that you've previously put in place are actually working and where things are needing to be tightened up. So if, for example, one of your questions is about what kind of reasonable adjustments are being implemented, being asked for, then resourced, and then implemented, and the answers to those questions are tangible ones, then you can start looking at whether the conversations around reasonable adjustments with disabled employees have been focused on the tangible rather than the intangible adjustments, and therefore whether those disabled people are satisfied with those adjustments. And you find out whether those disabled people are satisfied by understanding how long that they've been in place and how a person's work has evolved over time after having that adjustment. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, and press the notification button so you don't miss anything. If you're watching on Spotify, give us a 5-star rating.